currencies then. It's been almost a year since crypto exchange WazirX was hacked, spurring losses of $238 million in investor funds. The exchange has ceased to operate, and soon after, WazirX, in fact, has been reorganizing operations under its new Singapore-based entity. There have also been reports of them moving funds from Bybit. The last year has been about litigation, court hearings, and funds stuck and lost opportunities. Manisha caught up with industry experts Chirayu Bagree of 9 Point Capital, digital payments experts Sanjay Saxena, and IndiaTech.org CEO and President Rameesh Kailasan to take stock of all that has unfolded in the last 1 year, but more importantly, the road ahead. Listen in.
The last 1 year has more or less been like knocking on closed doors, because I personally have tried approaching various authorities, various courts. Anyone who wants to hear me on this matter, seek cognizance of the same. I am personally an investor in the cryptocurrencies market, in the VDAs, since 2021. And I was a firm believer in this one coin called XRP. This coin has now gone up 600% in price. What WazirX is now doing is, there were two types of tokens, hacked and unhacked. My coins were not hacked, there were coins which were hacked. For example, Ethereum and Shiba Inu. XRP has gone up 600% in price. Ethereum and Shiba Inu are still at the price at which they were 4 years ago. WazirX is now in a conundrum. What has happened is no doubt very unfortunate. WazirX is now using funds from other users to pay the users who got their tokens hacked. This is something which I personally see as a violation of my fundamental rights, because they are socializing their losses. It is the onus of the reserve. 2 weeks ago, CoinDCX got hacked for $41 million. Within 17 to 24 hours, not only did they resolve the entire thing, but also made sure that any person who was an aggrieved party could withdraw their assets and could take the more money and move to another exchange if they wanted to. It's been a year. We are now fighting this in Singapore. WazirX since 2017 was carrying out its operations in India. Most of its customers are Indians. They are registered with the Financial Intelligence Unit in India. Why have they gone to Singapore? Right?
So, I get your point here, but let me come to you, Mr. Saxena. And you look at digital payments, and with the way things have really worked out and everything that Chirayu put out, I'll add one more to it, that is that the refunds perhaps are happening in rupees and not in crypto. So that is where another loss perhaps comes into these investors there. How have you read it all, and what is the solution that you would want to put forth?
Thank you, Manisha, for having me on this. Let me tell you the current resolution. It leaves many questions unanswered, rather providing a solution to the beleaguered investors or platform users. To cite few such, without going much into the detail, cite few such examples, there is no clarity as of who is the owner, where the ownership lies of the cryptocurrency on WazirX, to whom it belongs, whether it belongs to Binance, ZTI, or the users as an unsecured creditor. There is, I generally say, clarity in the currency. Clarity is the currency in the digital ecosystem, and much more when we dealt with the VDA. In the proposed resolution, the funny part is, in the proposed resolution, it is the majority or the 75% of the voting, those who vote, not the total, the creditor which represent, unlike in the NCLT resolutions, where the committee of creditors, 2/3 of the total have to vote in favor of the resolution. There is nothing such as such in this case. So my point is, there are many operational issues and the unresolved questions which is not there in the proposed in the resolution plan. And in fact, the current plan doesn't respect, if I have to say, the user's asset right. This is not a mutual fund. Crypto asset class need regulatory fairness. This is what I want to say.
Mr. Kailasan, interestingly, Mr. Saxena also talked about NCLT here. Now, we are talking about an area where it's more about KYCs, the regulatory authority, grievance cell, etc. is not there. What's your sense? What is the solution that you see, even after a year, where we are still looking at third-party audits, where we are still looking at some accountability?
Well, I think hearing both the panelists, I think one thing is pretty clear, that there is a need for guidelines and standards in digital asset resolution per se. Investors are raising these concerns, and that also signals that there is a need for maturity in these areas from a governance standpoint. The observation that there is growing need for all of this signals the need for I would say a standard or something of that sort to be built in the digital asset resolution process. Investor concerns about resolution refer to clear procedures for handling things like insolvencies, asset recoveries, dispute resolution, and overall legal certainty in the event that we are supposedly facing such issues. And regulators worldwide are grappling with this and refining the frameworks quickly on digital assets. For example, jurisdictions are already implementing what is called digital asset resolution packages, DARP, to address insolvency scenarios. In essence, investors are also raising concerns about resolution standard and so on. That also signals the fact that investors are not here just for high returns, but also foundational elements of a well-functioning and secure financial market in the virtual digital asset space. And there were examples given on how quickly one exchange was able to resolve versus other which wasn't able to. And this is, I think, a critical step which India needs to take towards digital assets being fully integrated. Investor, I would say, rights and the methodology being clear-cut laid out from what you call a governance standpoint.